her dog. This is her dog, Axel. And we're gonna teach him how to fetch a ball.
Our hypothesis is that we believe that when we tell a dog to go get the ball, he will get it and bring it back after we use classical conditioning to teach him.
Classical conditioning is a type of learning in which a neutral stimulus acquires the capacity to make a response after being paired with another stimulus that naturally makes a response.
Sit. Good boy. Go get it. Get Cashin. Mom, stay.
Later,
Go get it.
when we're not doing it, buddy.
He lost you.
Okay.
Sit. Sit. Ready? Good boy, Axel. Yay. Okay, give it back. Give it back. Axel, come here. Sit. 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 Good boy. Now what was that? Good boy, Axel. That's a good boy. Yay. Good boy. Sit.
Bad boy.
Sit.
Axel.
What?
Bad boy.
Good boy. That's a good boy. Yay. Okay.
Our neutral stimulus was our voices saying to go get the ball. The unconditioned stimulus was Sierra being the dog's owner. He respected her and brings the ball back to make her happy.
We were back from outside, and it took us a couple hours, but we finally taught Axel how to fetch the ball and bring it back. Before, he would sometimes go and get the ball, but he never would bring it back, so we finally got him to do it. And now each time we tell him to go get the ball, he goes and gets it and brings it back to us. And we did this using classical conditioning, and our hypothesis turned out right because we figured we could teach him, and we did.
Now that we have taught him this, we're wondering if we can teach him to go get the ball without us telling him to go get it, and if he can bring it back to us without us telling him to go get it. And we also learned in class that you can teach dogs to read through conditioning, and we want to know if we can teach him that. And since it was so easy for us to teach him this in just a couple hours, we wonder if we can also teach him to shake, or if we can teach him to turn around or roll over or other things like this.
Now we're curious if we can make him sit and then put a treat on his nose until like we say eat it, and then he just throws it up and eats it.
Experiment 2, we're going to use Axel again, and we're going to use a unconditioned stimulus of me jumping at him and scaring him, and we're going to pair it with a neutral stimulus of a text ringtone. And pairing these together are going to create a conditioned stimulus as him getting scared whenever we use the ringtone.
Okay, an unconditioned stimulus in classical conditioning is the stimulus that naturally and automatically makes the unconditioned response.
Okay. Unconditional response in classical conditioning is an unlearned automatic response to an unconditioned stimulus.
In classical conditioning, a conditioned response is a learned response to a previously neutral conditioned stimulus.
A conditioned stimulus in classical conditioning is a previously neutral stimulus that, after repeated pairing with an unconditioned stimulus, comes to elicit an unconditioned response.
Our hypothesis is that we believe that we can make the dog scared after it hears the ringtone. And the second part of our hypothesis is we think once he's scared, we can use extinction by not scaring him anymore when he hears the noise, and to not being scared after he hears the noise. Ah! Get him over here.
Sit.
Ah! Ah!
Sit.
Ah! Ah!
Sit.
Ah!
Grace, time.
Get him over
Stop the
here.
video.
Ah! No, quit. We're in the middle of a...
Here, Bubba, go play, baby. Come here, Axel. Thank you for trying, Bubba. Your pen looks really good, Bubba.
Ah! Ah!
Come here, Axel.
Ah!
He got scared of the noise that time. Bring him.
Alright, come get him over here.
Come here, Axel. Come here, Axel. Come on. Come here. Sit. Sit, baby. Sit. Good boy.
Ah!
Come here, Axel. Come here, Axel. It's okay. Axel, come on. It's okay, baby. So. Come here, Axel. Ah, he's scared. Come here, Axel. It's alright. Sit. Sit, baby. Sit. Sit. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. Come here, Axel. It's alright. Come here. Come here, baby. Good boy. Come here, Axel. Sit.
Ah!
Come here. Come here. It's okay. Sit. Sit. All right. Come here, Axel. It's okay. Come here. It's all right. Stay. Sit.
Alright, now extinction starting to come in. Alright, keep going. No, don't stop it. Keep going, because this is showing extinction.
Come here, Axel. Okay, sit. It's okay. It's all right. That worked. Now we have raised questions, and now one of our questions is that we wonder if we could condition the dog Axel to no longer use the bathroom in the yard. We want him to use it farther from the house, like in our pasture. And we wonder if we could like make that noise again when he's trying to go to the bathroom in the yard, and hopefully we can get him to start going farther away from the house.
Another question that we came up with is that we wonder if we can use a bell to help him, or like to train him not to chase the chickens next door, that when he does, we'll just ring it and then he'll get scared and then eventually he'll just stop.
Alright, the background of the video is we took him and we would make a ringtone. We would use a ringtone, and that is a neutral stimulus in our experiment. And then she would use the ringtone, and then I would scare him, and he would get used to that, hearing the ringtone and then being scared. Well, once I quit scaring him, he would hear the ringtone and think that I was fixing to scare him again. Well, then we stopped doing that, and he still got scared. Well, we kept doing it without me scaring him, and it ended up showing extinction, which is when we take away the unconditioned stimulus, and he goes back to not being scared of the neutral stimulus. So the conditioned stimulus wasn't really a conditioned stimulus anymore after that.
Things up, we decided to do a second experiment because in the first one we got really interested in it, and we figured if we did something else that our audience would understand more what we were trying to teach them. And in both of our experiments, our hypotheses were correct because my dog Axel learned what we were trying to teach him in each thing. And
that's how we experimented using classical conditioning. Thanks.